Hello, how are you?
Hey, good. How are you doing?
Good. I'm so excited for this. Thanks
I
for having
know. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to talk to you. You look amazing.
me. Oh, you look awesome too. Thank you so much,
I love
dear.
your flowers.
I know, right? There's something behind me today, for sure.
That looks familiar. It's
Exactly. Uh-huh. That's from the picture you took from
wow,
me.
that's amazing.
They dry and they look still
They're
beautiful. I love it.
beautiful.
You
Oh
can
my
use many times.
gosh.
Yes.
Well, I'm so excited to talk to you because I want to share your story. I know that you talked a little bit about some of your struggles through email, but I would
Mm.
love for you to just introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you and Aventropic.
Yes. So my name is Moser Roveri, right? Born and raised in Brazil, and I moved to the States back in 2006. Just by myself. My whole family is still back in Brazil, so every now and then I go back and visit them, of course. Avantropic, it's a very recent idea. I started the business itself. It has less than a year. I opened it as a business in October last year, just a little bit after I started playing with flowers, really. And I decided to just go for it. The flowers became a passion very quickly from the flowers that I was buying in grocery shops, Trader Joe's. They just started to become a little bit more interesting as I started to arrange them differently. And little by little, I started to look for videos on YouTube and, follow people on Instagram that would inspire me. And suddenly, like I was going to Carlsbad every week and, talking to you guys and getting flowers and making my own arrangements, mostly to create a portfolio because I really had no
Yeah,
experience in the area. And yeah, that's how it happened. It was pretty much a hobby that became like a little business of myself.
yeah. What do you think has been a struggle for you?
I feel like really, finding my way in the industry, since I really haven't really taken any courses. I learn everything online. I have to go for, the
Yeah,
information to get educated and all that. And at the beginning, even before I started to get a little bit more serious with the flowers, I was looking for courses that I could take on, floral design, and everything seemed very expensive to me. So
yeah,
getting access to that education, kind of sometimes it's like, oh, should I really put money towards that, or just try to learn by myself and
yeah,
use that money to buy the flowers and everything that I really can work with. So that was my struggle, really, like just, finding my way into the business
yeah,
itself. And it's still like something that I'm learning every day, and what's awesome about it, actually.
yeah,
Um, that allowed me at least a little bit more freedom, I guess, to play with the flowers the way I like to, which is not very traditional sometimes, or what you're used to, to see in
yeah,
classes. So I feel like it has its good and its not so good side, but
yeah.
it's been a very fun adventure for sure.
I've talked to a couple other people through interviews, and you know, being new to the industry and trying to kind of get your foot in the door. Um, they mentioned trying to freelance is really such a struggle. Are you
It
having
is.
that same issue with trying to freelance? Because
Same.
those shops or those event people want people with experience, but you don't
Exactly.
have enough experience. So is that
That was my story. At the beginning, I tried to, get a couple gigs in flower shops here in San Diego.
yeah,
And people were really nice to me, but it was hard for them to give me a chance without seeing anything that I could do,
yeah,
but at the same time that I would not get the experience if they didn't get me the opportunity for it.
yeah,
And that's when I started my account on Instagram, and I started posting the pictures, because then it was my way of showing what I could do, you
yeah,
know.
yeah,
But from that, for me to just open my business was a very quick step, so I
yeah,
just decided to do it. And what I've been doing since then is like taking orders, custom orders, so people get in touch
yeah,
with me, friends or friends of friends, and then I do something that it's built for them, really,
yeah.
which is
Well,
fun.
I love your style. I think the way that you kind of play with color, and the way that you design is different. It's really really unique. And I love that you use like saturated colors and you're not afraid to sort of mix textures. And I think that's what makes you special. What inspires you?
So many things, like I like a lot of architecture, interior design. So nature itself, so sometimes I love things that have movement, texture, shape, form. So I like to play with that in a not so traditional way. I feel like, like I feel like we can expand the possibilities a little bit more when you're not so stuck to rules that you should follow or symmetry itself.
Yeah.
What I like about my work sometimes it's very asymmetric, and I feel like
Yeah.
that's something that I lack sometimes in the flower industry when I see other people's works, or that's what is appealing to me in other artists that use that as well.
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah, playing or having that freedom, and maybe for me being the fact that I'm new into the industry, and right, this is just a gig for me. I wait tables, and that's how I pay my bills. And this
Yeah.
is probably, my next move that I would love to move forward in a more full-time
Yeah.
way. But the thing that is appealing to me that it's that I'm making mostly with my creativity. I don't need to follow certain rules that, or
Yeah.
go for what people are asking for me to do, so I can
Yeah.
create my own thing.
Do you feel that when people contact you for designs, they give you the creative freedom to do what you want?
Yes, I like to play with what the customer is looking for too, or the client is looking, and a color palette, or I like to hear about the person that those flowers are going to, and try to make it a little bit more personal too. So it's a little bit of a mix, but usually
Yeah.
when people come for my work, they know that it's something that it's a little bit of out of the ordinary, I guess, and I
Yeah.
feel like that's why they contact me. Yes.
So has this whole pandemic, COVID, sort of thrown you for a loop? How did you have to pivot your
Yeah,
work back?
I feel like not as much as other professionals in the industry because I'm really at the beginning of
Yeah.
it. So for me, it was very easy for me to just put a little pause, and I didn't
Yeah.
depend on that much, which was lucky. But for me, just set me back a little bit because at the beginning of the year, I had so many plans, for this year, and then suddenly, as many of us, like those plans just had to change very
Yeah.
quickly, So I've been adapting and, just doing maybe a little bit less work right now,
Yeah.
but I'm still like creating, and I'm happy, that the flower markets are open, and, I'm being able to go there and find product and still create and
Yeah.
have going for sure.
Yeah. We're happy. We're happy that we can supply,
Exactly. Yeah, me too. Yeah. The beginning was a little scary, but now at least
I
there's
know,
that possibility.
right? Oh my gosh.
For
Mozart, do you have any projects you're working on? Anything special?
At the moment, not really. I've been my next step. I've been doing a lot of arrangements, and I would love to work more with installations or larger things. So next time I want to start creating with larger projects, and
Yeah.
getting a hang of that side that I haven't explored so much. I feel like it can be amazing, and I'm curious to see what shape my work take in
Yeah.
levels like that. But right now I'm really just waiting for the industry to be a little bit more stable, and people start to spend a little bit more with those things too, because I feel like that's what we need right now too.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I know you're just, starting, but what advice could you give young creative
I
people?
feel like, yeah, for me, what like at the beginning, I was very insecure of my work. I'm still
Yeah.
very insecure in the sense of what I do. Like it takes me some time to like look at it and really believe that it's good enough. Or I
Yeah.
always keep looking for perfection, and I feel like those things are so stupid at the end of the day. Or
Yeah.
the detail so minimal that I was stopping myself of doing things just because of them at the beginning. And when I started really going for it and just posting and taking pictures and putting my work out there is when I started to get a little bit more recognition online from people that liked my work, and I never thought that that would happen. I said, oh, really? Like, people are really like saying nice things about it. You know, maybe it's something that I can really put more energy into it. So I feel like we can be our worst enemies
Yeah,
sometimes.
for sure.
You know, yeah.
We are our own worst critic for sure. Sometimes
Exactly,
you just
yeah.
have to like walk away from it and come back and be like, oh, okay, this looks good. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, like
It's really
not,
good advice.
yeah, and not taking no's, you know, like as I said, you know, I looked for a few gigs at the beginning and I didn't get that opportunity, but that didn't stop me from, you know, going for it or finding other
Yeah.
ways to create and put the work out there. So I feel like that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really, really good advice. Well, I don't know, but you definitely don't look insecure when you come around the market. So it must be a behind the scenes thing for sure. 'Cause you look like you're, you know, you've been doing it
Oh, I
for
love going there.
years.
Yeah, when I go there, I'm in a different world, you know,
Yeah.
like it's just like so many things to look at and it's overwhelming.
Yeah, it is. It can
Yeah.
definitely be overwhelming, but
And
it's like a safe place or something where you can kind of,
totally.
yeah, do like just try to think and create in your head and figure out what you're
Yeah.
gonna do. Yeah, I love it.
And growing up at home, you know, flowers were very, at least the availability of flowers at the time when I was a kid or growing up, they were very limited, you know, like in Brazil, we
Yeah.
had lilies, roses, carnations, and period, you know, like,
It's
and
basic.
nowadays I feel like, yeah, the market and with import and export, the possibilities are so big, you know, and I go to you guys and I see flowers and botanicals that I didn't even have an idea that existed, you know, and I like working with those elements that are not so out there or so visible sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Mayesh is definitely known for having, you know, really unique product. I mean, I've been in the industry so long, but flowers come in and I'm like, I've never seen that before. What is that? Oh my God, you know, it's like, you're always learning, you know, you're always learning for sure.
Yeah, nature is so gigantic. It's amazing.
Yeah. Well, it'll be nice too. Like when the travel bans lift and things start to get back to normal, it'll be nice to be able to, you know, have those regular shipments of flowers and, you know, have our staff back. I mean,
exactly. You know, have events happening so that demand is also there for you guys, right? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think 2021 is definitely going to be crazy. Which is good in a good way, you know, lots of events and stuff. So we have to just get over this and get through the next. But yeah.
That's great.
Mozart, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me. And I hope everyone loves and watches you. And we're going to keep an eye and see, you know, what you're up to.
Nice.
And you better come around the market.
I will for sure. Yes. I'll say hi when I stop there next time for sure.
Yes, please. Thank you so
good
much.
To you, and thanks for opening this door and this window for everybody to talk about it. You know,
yeah, for sure. Yeah, we're going to celebrate you today. So thank you.
Thank you. You have a great day, Boom.
You too.
I'll see you around. Thank you. Bye-bye.